You see, there are certain things that we learn in school that do not make sense at a time when we are learning. But when you get into society, you finally realize, hey, oh, so this is what the lecturer meant. Most of us do not understand that what we do, what we say, and how we behave has actually an impact on how the international community views Zambia. And the sooner we realize that, the better. Maybe we will change our behavior. I've been privileged to be a student of communications. Now, as a student of communications, I had the privilege to learn about international relations, intercultural relations, and global communications, thanks to Mulungushi University and Zamco. And thanks to my lecturers, Mr. Banda and Father Kunda. One of the topics that I learned in international relations is just how people that have never been to Zambia, for example, just view Zambia upon hearing its name. Just by the mention of, oh, Zambia. There is a picture that these people create based on what they have read, how they have heard other people talk about Zambia, and what they have seen possibly about Zambia. So sometimes when our politicians are talking and they are talking like they are suffering from verbal diarrhea, I just look and say, oh, what are you doing to Zambia's reputation? Why? Why are you doing that? Some of these people that are privileged to work in these government institutions, when they do certain things and they mess up, I'm just like, oh my God, why are you doing that? Do you understand the impact of what you have done on how Zambia is viewed at the international community? Do you really understand? Now, one of the models that you are going to learn in international relations is a model called the Fombrun Country Reputation Index. This is a model that is used to measure a country's reputation based on 6 dimensions. Those dimensions include 1, the social appeal. How social are these people in this country? How do they interact? How is just their social life? How is it like? There is a way that adds to how we are viewed as a country outside. So abantu bakambira tebe lyonse mungo tukana na mu mapepa, lyonse mungo tukana na zisogoleri, lyonse mungo kambana voipa pa social media, umuntu uli ku Germany uli kuti, but every time you're just talking ill and evil things about Zambia, they're just like, oh, so this is how Zambia is like. The second one is the cultural appeal. What is the lifestyle of these people like? What beliefs do they have? What norms do they believe? What is their cultural background like? That also has got, a role it plays in how people on the international level view Zambia, our culture, Ilibanji behavior. The leadership appeal comes to our leaders. What confidence do people have in you? Because that has got a role it plays on whether or not you interact and, create more multinational and bilateral relations with the other countries out there. It has more to do with the investor confidence. What confidence will investors have in you as a leader? What decisions are you making? What policies are you making? So that appeal plays a very huge role. Another dimension is what is called the physical appeal. Now, this one has got more to do with the infrastructure that the country has. When people go even on Google to just search about Zambia, is the physical appearance in terms of its infrastructure be something that will attract someone to just wish, oh, how I dream to one day visit Zambia. When they look at our buildings, does it give them the appetite to say, I want to visit Zambia one of these days? That's why when you get this money, Zama CDF, please do not pocket mumatumba. Do not give your relatives. Invest in proper infrastructure. But when angumanga ma bridge yakuti bantu kabwabangana ushanogani zakuti apa panangana 1 million, panangana 500,000. Those buildings, those bridges, those roads have got everything to do with how you are viewed internationally. That's why people still feel some of these countries, including my country, Zambia, are villages, because we have not invested in proper infrastructure. Not because we do not have the money, but we are careless when it comes to spending money. All we think of is just enriching ourselves. The last dimension is called the financial appeal. This one is very important, because it has everything to do with the strength of our economy and our currency. It has more to do with the investments and investors coming to invest in our country. If somebody in America today heard about Zambia and they check on the internet, will they be interested to come and invest in Zambia? Will they make profit from their money? What will interest them to come and invest in our country? So, those 6 dimensions that I've talked about under the von Brunn Country Reputation Index has got a lot to do with how we are viewed as a country on the international level. These visits that we are now having of the rapporteur bakuma UN concerning the human rights abuses and stuff, don't think it is just something that they have read. It is something that they know. They have done their research, and based on these dimensions that I have mentioned, that is what they have come to understand. They've come to understand that in Zambia we are abusing people's human rights. Even when they're coming here, we've come to do a research. They're just coming here to confirm whether it's true or not. But that is the picture that we have painted out there because of what we say, because of what we do. Now, there are a number of things that we've been very careless about, and I'm going to mention them because, I mean, that is what is there. Most of you as our politicians have got nothing good to say about our country, Zambia. All you think about is your selfish interests. You just want to be on that position that your friend is having. So as long as they are there, you will say everything and anything negative to just frustrate them. And you don't realize that that paints a certain picture about how people view Zambia. And even you people that are privileged now to serve in those positions in government and in government institutions, all you want to do is to ensure that you frustrate the person that is eyeing your position. So you will do the best you can to arrest them. You will do the best you can to give them trumped up charges. You do the best you can to just ensure that they are behind the bars because you want to keep that position that you have. Little do you realize that all those things that you are doing are painting a certain picture which is not very good but very bad about Zambia. As we do some of these things that we are doing, as we say some of these things that we are saying about Zambia, let's remember that we are painting a certain picture in people's eyes and ears and in people's minds that have not been to Zambia. So please, as you execute your duties, as you open your mouth, as you make your videos on social media, as you go live to talk about what is happening in Zambia, remember that there is a certain picture that you are painting about people that have never been to Zambia. Let's be very careful. Even in America, bad things happen. Even in UK, kwa mne muliru, kwa mne masabira pa social media, munga munkara mutaro jabu tichibe ma problems. There are problems that are there. They have their own issues, but they do not bring those things to social media. They do not talk about them anyhow. But you have personal issues, instead of sorting them out, you want to bring them on social media so that you paint what kind of picture about Zambia? Mtu sebanya tabe mwebai. Ayinswa.